Hola amigos, this is level 12 and today we are going to be discussing Hetalia Zombie Apocalypse Survival Group. Now, I like the zombie media, the genre, whatever you want to call it. I love zombies. And there's always these memes of anime zombie survival teams on who would be what, and I'm like, I can do that, but with Hetalia. So this is the main meme picture you'll see with different characters in the slot, so I decided to use this. I will link this image down below so you can use it as well, but the eight main categories people are put into are team leader, brawler, weapons experts, brains, medic, speed fighter, mascot, and the guy who dies first. Some of these were really hard, some of these are really easy, but we're gonna go over who I thought would be the perfect Hetalia zombie apocalypse survival group. So first we have our team leader, who I decided to bestow upon Monaco. Now some of y'all are probably going to be like, well, why didn't you choose Germany or Japan or England or America? And I'm like, Monaco is a very smart and a very strategic person, but she's also a gambler. Something Germany and the other characters don't really do is they don't really take risk. And in gambling, you have to take educated risk, and sometimes not so educated risk. And I feel like Monaco, as a team leader, would take educated risk while she's helping her team survive during this apocalypse. And yeah, she might not be as skilled or as strong as Germany or America or Japan, and she might not be as tough, but I feel, when in battle, she'd be just as smart as Germany, but she'd also take calculated risk, which Germany might not do, because Germany, seems like he wouldn't take the calculated risk. He'd go for probably the most safe and secure plan for his men. I'm just trying to defend my position on why I didn't pick Germany for this slot, because I thought Monaco would be better because she's a gambler, and when you gamble, you take those educated, calculated risk, and she's strategic and she's smart. Just Monaco's the team leader. Next is the brawler, and I picked Prussia. The brawler versus the speed fighter, I felt the brawler was more impulsive than the speed fighter and was more of a bodyguard to the leader, in my opinion. So Prussia likes to fight a lot, and yeah, sure, he can come up with strategies like Germany, but I feel like in his heart, he'd just prefer to go at it whether he was gonna win or lose, it's been shown he has been known to do, like with Russia or with Lithuania. He's just been known to just head straight in there without a care in the world. And I've debated over picking Prussia over Hungary, and I'm like, Prussia just has that little bit of edge of crazy dumbness to him that Hungary doesn't have, that's perfect for the brawler and perfect for the bodyguard of the leader, because that's what I feel the brawler position is. And Prussia, I could just see him clobbering some random zombie. It's not even a threat, he's just goes at it, but I digress. Next is our weapon expert, and I picked Switzerland. Again, I feel like I really have to defend against picking Germany or someone over this. I picked Switzerland because his country is known for producing the most guns, and he has a wide knowledge of guns, and he was a mercenary, and he can shoot really well, and he's just a great person with weapons. And I know it's mostly guns, and I know weapon expert refers all weapons, not just guns, but knives, bayonets, that's a gun, crossbows, bows and arrows, bats, stuff like that. But I feel just since he knows so much about guns, you have to clean. Something they never show in zombie shows is cleaning the gun, making sure it has the right weapon, making sure it doesn't jam. I feel along with having a lot of guns, he'd have the right knowledge to take care of them, because you can be a weapon expert and just know how the weapon works, but to be a true weapon expert, I feel you have to know how to clean it, maintain it properly, because they never show cleaning guns in shows, and that's very important. When you have a gun, you have to clean it to make sure it doesn't jam, and they never show that, which is annoying. But I feel Switzerland would not only have a good knowledge about their weapons, but maintain them very well as well. Next is the brains, and I picked Estonia because, other than Monaco, I felt he was the smartest character in Hetalia. Estonia knows a lot about other nations, other countries, and he has a website, and he's just a very smart guy who knows a bunch of useless facts. And I feel that can come in very handy in the zombie apocalypse. Like, oh, we're heading into this town, but we don't know how big of the population it has. And Estonia could just shoot off some facts like, oh, it's a small population, we should try to like find supplies, or no, it's a big population, there might still be a high number of infected, or they're not sure about this medicine, what it does because the label's gone of ingredients and stuff, and he can be like, oh, I know this. Like, he's just smart in that way. And Monaco's smart in a way of strategy, and Estonia's smart in a way of facts, and like I feel like they would just work together very well to make sure their team didn't die of stupidity. And so that's why I picked Estonia for the brains. Next is a medic, and no one in Hetalia is really a healer type character, which is how I ended up needing to do this, but China is said to have a bunch of random weird medicines in his home. And I'm like, well, he has to have some medic knowledge. Also, he's a very old character, and I just said, oh, he's very old. He has to have some way wise of medicine. And when you're a very old person, I would assume you just know a lot about medicine and stuff like that. And again, I just thought because he had the bunch of different type of healing medicines in his home, he would be good for the medic position. I also thought of like the witch doctor type people. Like, I thought of Romania and Norway and England, but sure, they did fortunes and charms and stuff, but nothing was really medical like. And then I thought of Finland, who had the hot springs, but that was basically it. China, on the other hand, has his ancient Chinese medicine tactics that may or may not work, and he's a very old guy that's still going strong, so like he can at least help them live a healthy life until they get injured. So yeah, this spot was one of the harder ones to fill, but I do feel like China is the best one, again, because he does have these kind of random medicines lying about, and like, he might not know exactly what they do or how to use them, but hey, at least they have them, right? Like, that's better than nothing. Next is the speed fighter, and it was so hard to fill this position as well, because I thought the speed fighter and the brawler were a little bit too similar, but then I just had to say the brawler is more of an impulsive guy, and the speed fighter is a quick fighter, but who thinks out his moves. And I picked Lithuania for this position because Lithuania was said to be a very strategic and a very smart fighter, so he didn't really have to use a lot of his resources. And that's why I said he was the speed fighter, because like, he's speedy. Like, when you plan out your stuff, you can actually get it done a lot quicker versus if you just go in impulsively, because then when you go in impulsively, you have to stop and think about what you're doing and like, why are you doing it? Or, you know, pressure could just not give a crap. But again, I picked Lithuania because I thought he was the best suited, should I say, because again, I couldn't see Germany being the speed fighter. Again, a lot of these positions could have just been filled by Germany, and that would make me sad. But also, America was a little bit too impulsive for this position. Just, Lithuania had enough tact, but also enough gut to go and get what he wanted, that he would do it quickly. And like, sure, nowadays he may not seem like much of a fighter, but when in the situation, he'd be that quick guy that just does what he needs to do. And if any of you know what exactly the true difference between speed fighter and brawler are, please let me know, because that might change this list a little bit, not gonna lie. Next is the mascot, and I thought of the mascot as that character that you don't want to die, and is also the character that holds the group together. In the Walking Dead show, I always pictured this character as Glenn, because Glenn was a lot of the favorite, until he died. Which is why I stopped watching The Walking Dead, because he died. But I thought Liechtenstein would be the best mascot because she's kind, she's sweet, she's innocent, and she's also gonna give those words of encouragement, which everyone needs. This is a beautiful image of her. I have too many pictures of Liechtenstein on my computer, I'm not gonna lie. And also because her brother's on the team already, she's definitely gonna be his mascot, and like, that's just the pair that you want to survive, like the family pair. You want them to live and make it out and hoorah and all that. And yeah, and also just Liechtenstein's kind of cute, and I always pictured mascots as cute characters, and so Liechtenstein is the cute mascot character that everyone wants to survive, and she gives everyone words of encouragement. Yay! The guy who dies. So this position is always like just a joke position, but like I kind of took it a little bit seriously. The guy who would die first in this team is definitely Italy. First of all, there's not Germany on here to save his butt, and Prussia, like I know Prussia would try, but it'd be that sad ending of where like Prussia was like trying to grab his hand from the horde on the staircase, and then the horde grabs Italy's legs and Italy lets go and he smiles, and that's the face he makes as he lets go and falls into the pit of zombies. That's how I imagine this playing out. And then Prussia's like really upset about it until like, I don't know, 2 seasons later where he like has to toughen up. It's just, that's how I imagine Italy being in this, how Italy would die in this situation with Prussia still being on the team. Now, if Germany had been on the team at all, Italy would be god tier. Italy would be the mascot if that had happened. But I digress. This is a very... Italy is just the guy who dies first because he's weak. He's weak. He's a coward. He doesn't like to fight. He's not cut out for the zombie apocalypse. And I like Italy, but he just isn't cut out for the zombie apocalypse. I'm sorry, buddy, but you're just gonna have to accept your fate of dying on the staircase. Anyways, that's it for this video. I know it's kind of different, and I know it's like the weirdest thing you would think of for Hetalia, maybe, but I like zombies, and I like the zombie apocalypse genre, and I'm like, why not meld my two favorite genres together? Anyways, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more anime and otaku related content. Ciao, chicos!